Oh, greetings, everyone. Welcome to Bible study time with Rev Rai. It is study time with Rev Rai, and I am excited to have all of you on today. We decided to change things up, and we are having, because of work, we have Bible study now on Wednesdays. Wednesdays at 6:30. It may be a little short of people today because everyone's used to me being on Tuesdays, but I'm excited for the opportunity to come and greet you all. I have been off for a couple of weeks, but I am happy that I am back. Um, but welcome to all of you. It is time for teaching some study time with Reverend Ray. So all of you that can, please let's get into this worship, get into some study time. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick because why? I'm starting a series, and my series is called Hey, Auntie Linda. Um, I am starting a series this month for the next 3 Sundays. That is just basically, I didn't ask for this. That's it. And we're going to start with Mother's Day. Then we have Third Sunday. And then we have Pentecost. So we didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for this. And so you have to ask yourself, how many of you have been in the position or have thought to yourself at some point in time, I did not ask for this? And when you think about it, and that is your mentality, and that, or if that just has been a thought that has come across your mind a few times, and you thought to yourself, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this life. I didn't ask for these children. I didn't ask for this spouse. I didn't ask for this house. I didn't ask for this job. I didn't ask for this sickness. I didn't ask for these turn of events. We didn't ask for it. So it makes one wonder, why do these things happen? And then as it happens, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with encounters in life that you did not ask for? And that's what my series is going to be about these next few weeks. So I'm excited to know what God is going to do. I'm excited to be back at St. Mark. I'm excited to preach on Sunday. I have felt like I've been gone so long, but it was needed. It was something that was needed. And so I'm grateful for all of you. Kind of robbery, especially my members who did not count it robbery that I needed a time off. I needed a break. So I'm forever grateful to you. So I'm going to keep it short today, but I want to ask. We're going to talk a little bit about what does it mean to be marginalized, and that's where the series is going to go this particular month. And the reason why I wanted to bring out what does marginalization mean, and what does it mean to be marginalized, and then why does it matter, is because I believe that the reason why a lot of people have no care on life is because they don't value life the same way we used to value life. We don't value life the same anymore. We take for granted the opportunity to pray. We take for granted the opportunity to work. We take for granted so many things, and we take for granted our own lives at times. But then when you think about, I was always challenged with meeting people where they are. And a lot of times I realized that I couldn't meet people where they are, especially as a leader, is because I did not understand what does it mean to be marginalized, because it was never I never realized that it was my struggle, but I thought it was never my struggle, but it really was my struggle. So what does it mean to be marginalized? When you're thinking about margin, right? It's a sheet of paper, and if you have a sheet of paper, you see the margins, and then there's standard margins. And with those standard margins, you see that they always tell you when you're writing a paper, stay within the lines. But the people who are marginalized are the people who are outside of those lines, outside of that parameter, and don't fit on that perfect notebook paper. They're the people who don't fit in the line, and they cannot be within the lines, and they cannot be they are above the header and they're under the footer, and they're outside of the margins of the paper. So those people are looked down upon, those people are criticized, those people are ignored, those people are not appreciated. But who are marginalized people? They are people who are black and brown. They are LGBTQ. Those are people who have sorry, I need to get to my notes. There are people with disabilities. There are people of color. It is LGBTQ plus folks. It's indigenous people, people of lower socioeconomic status. Those are people who are considered the marginalized. And those people are the folks that God came back for, that Jesus came for. Those are the people. We all have something about us that considers that we would be considered marginalized. And then we always wonder what causes that. I couldn't help but be born black. I couldn't choose anything else. I was born black. So I'm marginalized, not because I could not get out of poverty, not because I couldn't make it through school, not because of anything other than the fact that I was born a person of color. Some people are born in a situation where they cannot help but being considered marginalized. They cannot help their color. They cannot help their sexuality. They cannot change their socioeconomic status. So therefore, they're continually having the same struggle year after year of being considered the marginalized. And those are the people who say, I did not ask for this. I did not ask. Sorry, guys, that's a bad glare. I did not. I didn't ask to be born black or brown. I didn't ask to be born gay or of same sex or have any type of whatever people would consider struggles with their sexuality. I was not asked if I wanted to be born in poverty or in this low socioeconomic status. I didn't ask for any of that. And because I didn't ask for it, why did God do this to me? And how many people in the Bible do you believe had to live through being marginalized, had to live through low socioeconomic status, had to live through struggles in their lives, but they didn't ask? And that's one of the questions I'm challenging all of us today as we listen in about being marginalized. What is it about you, or what moment in time in your life that you've asked the question, I didn't ask for this? Not expecting, oh, you didn't make the statement. I'm sorry. You didn't make the statement, I didn't ask for this. Or why did this happen? And so when we think about the causes of marginalization, marginalization is the result of discrimination. Discrimination exists in many forms such as racism, sexism, ableism, ageism, homophobia, and xenophobia. There are always more suitable forms of discrimination like microaggressions and stereotypes. Have you ever been stereotyped? Have you ever been just told because of what you look like, they automatically wanted to label you? How many of you have ever been a victim of someone where you've had to deal with microaggression? All of those are things that we in our life had to deal with at some point in time. I don't care who you are. You have faced some level of discrimination that have allowed you to be able to identify, maybe not in a serious manner, but in a manner where you can understand how being marginalized can cause for the lack of faith, lack of hope, lack of understanding. Being marginalized will put you in despair, depression, and high anxiety. Being marginalized will make you feel as though God don't even love you. Being marginalized will make you feel as though God doesn't even care. Being marginalized will make you feel as though the favor of God is not on your life. And being marginalized will also make you feel as though grace and mercy don't even know where you live. Because every time you look around, it's just something else that's holding you back. And so when you think about, I was looking at some stats and some data. They said in 2016, between 11% and 28% of lesbian, gay, and bisexual employees lost a promotion due to their sexual orientation. That's being marginalized. In 2017, about 42% of American women reported discrimination at work due to their gender. That's being marginalized. So imagine not just being a Black woman, being Black, but imagine being a woman too. So now you have two things working against you in the workplace. Imagine being in this day and age and where society is going. Imagine being in a place, you got, oh, this glare. Okay. Ooh, this glare. 1 second, guys. All right, there we go. Imagine being in the place where you're older, and in this market, you find yourself losing your job. And because you lost your job in this market, now you're trying to find a job. You have all these years of experience, but now you can't find a job because ageism combats is coming against you. That's being marginalized. Imagine you have done all the work to clean up your background, clean up your past, and it still comes to haunt you, and people still label you as such. That's being marginalized. Imagine being born and raised in a low socioeconomic situation, and you've studied hard to get out of it, but yet, uh, no matter how much education you have, no matter where you decide to go, people still see you because of where you came from. That's being marginalized. So, in today, I told you guys it's going to be short because I really wanted to set it up for Sunday as we talk about Mother's Day and what does it mean um, to be marginalized. I want us to truly think about it, and I want us to really do some homework and learn what it means to truly be marginalized, what it means to be discriminated, and what it means to not feel as though all hope is lost. So I'm challenging all of you today, especially as we get ready for Sunday, which is Mother's Day. And it's going to be a good message. It won't be nothing down, sad, and broken, but I pray it's going to be uplifting. So with this series, I didn't ask for this. I want you to think to yourself, when did you say make that statement, and what was going on in your life when you made that statement? I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this. When did you? And what was the series of events? And you don't have to share it, but I want you to think about it and let it play in your mind. Let it play in your spirit and just rehash. So when we get to church on Sunday and you guys listening to the worship service, I pray that it's a word that's going to uplift you, it's going to encourage you, it's going to fill you up so that you will be able to understand though that phrase, that statement, I didn't ask for this, puts you in a place for you to be able to understand and have a lot more empathy, have a lot more understanding, have a lot more trust, and be more kind to those that you see on the streets. Understanding that statement, I didn't ask for this, and the series of events that was happening in your life at that time will allow you to look and see those who sleep on the streets, those who are homeless, those who are probably down and out because of drugs, because of job loss, because of family, because of mental health, any of that. None of that makes you any better than them. Their socioeconomic situation does not make you better than them because you're not where they are. Because if you have thought to yourself, I didn't ask for this, then there's something about you that would resonate with those persons who've had to deal with being marginalized. And I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I will say this: majority of the people who are watching me are Black, and you're marginalized. If you're of a certain age and you want to get back to work and you're trying to get back into the field, start a new career, you're marginalized. If you're anything other than heterosexual, you're marginalized. If you're a woman, you're marginalized. If you're a Black man, you're marginalized. There's something about you. There's something about all of us that makes where people will discriminate against us. But what is it? Sunday, I'm preaching Hagar. Meet me at church service, St. Mark, 10 a.m. Meet me there. Be online. Watch us. Tune in. If you can't get to us at 10 a.m., tune back in. But I promise you will be blessed. I promise you that you're going to be uplifted. I promise you that you're going to have a lot more empathy and compassion for your brothers and your sisters that are not doing it as well as you are. What does it mean in your heart and your mind? And where were you? And what was the series of events where you had to ask yourself, I did not ask for this? All right, guys, y'all have a good night. Y'all see my husband walking. Y'all see my kids walking. I need to find a better Bible study spot. I'm going to have a better spot next week. But you guys, y'all be blessed. Love y'all. And I'll see y'all Sunday.